Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on what hopefully is a short week for all of you with the holiday. In the webinar today, we're going to show you how to navigate the USCHA platform. And this is where the conference is going to reside in the virtual space. Please keep in mind that this is for people who are registered for the conference only. If you're not registered for USCHA, you will not be able to access the platform. I'm joined today by the lovely ladies of the conferences team. Allison and Shantae, please introduce yourselves.
Good afternoon. I'm Allison McKeithen, the Assistant Director of Conferences.
Good afternoon. I'm Shantae Gray, Senior Registrar and Meeting Planner for Conference Team. Welcome.
We're working really hard. Thanks, Shantae. All right, great. So let's get started. So USCHA is taking place December 2nd and 3rd, so that's next Thursday and Friday. And the platform is opening promptly at 10 a.m. on Thursday. In order to make sure you have the best experience in making sure that things load properly and they load on time and quickly, we've provided this set of guidelines. So the best browser is Google. You can also use Firefox and Safari, but we really recommend Google for the most optimum viewing experience. Please don't use Internet Explorer or Microsoft Edge. We actually have had problems for people who are using that browser. So preferably Chrome, if not Firefox. All right. We also want to make sure that your device has great speed, so check your device by going to speedtest.net. We recommend that you have, once you go to that website, you can click on it and it'll analyze your device, and recommend that you have at least 2 megabits per second. All right. Also, the conference platform is housed on vfairs.com. And there are different, if you look at the list that's provided here, these are the various websites that you should be able to access. So if you're in a workspace, make sure that you're able to access all of these platforms. And we suggest that you do that before the conference starts to give your IT department time to give you that access if necessary. Okay, and also make sure that you have updated your Zoom. That's where you'll be able to access the workshops and the institutes through the platform. So you'll be able to go to the platform, click on the workshop, and then it will go to a Zoom room. All right. Next slide. All right. So we're trying to get into the platform now. I'm gonna minimize, I'm gonna get off a video so that we can make the screen as big as possible so that you can see all the elements. So this is the login page for the platform. You also receive an email with this information with that website on Monday and Wednesday. So you don't have to worry about taking notes to write this down right now. On the site, you'll see a red login box. Make sure to click on it and type in the email address that was used on your registration form. You do not need a password. All right, next slide. Once you type in your password, when you get to our conference lobby, you see how busy it is, just like we're in an in-person conference. But the most important things, you'll see all the different elements. The most important things is the navigation bar. We'll have some sponsor signage, some other signs, and some other directional places to kind of show you how to get through the platform. And we've also had some friendly faces to welcome you. Even though we're not in person in Washington, D.C., hopefully you'll find someone that you recognize via the avatars that are at the bottom of the screen. All right, so right now we're in the lobby. And if you, again, at the top of the page where it's blue, the blue bar, that's really how you're going to access the different spaces in the conference. So right now we're in the lobby, and you can come back to the lobby whenever you need to get your bearings. Okay, next slide. All right, so the next tab is the exhibit hall. We have a number of sponsors and exhibitors that are joining us this year, and the exhibit hall is scrollable. So you can scroll to, you can't see it here, it's really light, but once you're actually into the space, you'll see that there are left and right arrows at the edges of the screens, and you can scroll to get to the various booths. They are in a particular order. So our sponsors are listed first, and then alphabetical as you go down the hall. All right. So this is where you'll see all of the booths again. If you want to get to visit a particular booth, you will click on that booth, and then it'll open in a separate screen. And there, once you're in those individual booths, you'll be able to see whatever resources that they've uploaded for you. Some of them have videos, they have things, informational documents and PDFs that you can actually download to your virtual bag. Just lots of different information. There are also a lot of the exhibitors are able to chat with you in real time. The exhibit hall will be open from 1 to 5 each day. So definitely stop by and visit them. They have lots of things planned and are looking forward to engaging with you. All right. Next slide. Okay, plenary sessions. So these are the big keynote events where we would normally, you would go to the big ballroom to kind of see everything that we've had planned for the big speakers and entertainment and all of that. So this is our virtual stage. So what you do once you click on that, and again, you can go to the plenary room by clicking on the plenaries and special events navigation tab. So that'll bring you here. You'll click on the sitter screen where it says click to view plenaries. And once you click on the plenary, you'll see a list. And you'll see that on the next slide. All right, so right here, they'll be populated the different plenary sessions we have. We actually have 4 plenary sessions. There are 2 each day. The first one is our opening session. That's our federal prospectus plenary. We have one at the end of the day, the one that's going to be sponsored by ViiV Healthcare. We have one, the third plenary is on December 3rd at noon. That's sponsored by Gilead. And we also have a closing plenary at the end of the day on December 3rd. And that's going to be focusing on Indian country. So we're hopefully you'll definitely tune into those. Great information. It's going to be very exciting. Okay, but again, so this is how you access the plenary sessions. And when it's time during the conference, there'll be a countdown for each session. And once the session is already started, you'll be able to click here. There'll be a note that says click here. And once the session has passed, you'll be able to view that. You won't be able to view sessions in advance. So for example, on day 1, you wouldn't be able to see the plenary sessions on day 2. Okay, next slide. All right, workshops. This is where the bulk of the conference is happening. So this is the workshop. This is how you access it, by getting to the workshop room. You click on the screen where it says click to view workshops. And this is, we're going to have workshops and institutes. So you click on the screen, and just like the plenary sessions, that'll take you to a list where you can scroll down to view the various workshops. There'll also be a search bar at the top of the screen where you can just type in a keyword, and it'll bring you, it'll bring up a list of all the sessions on a particular topic. Like if you're looking for something on aging, you'll be able to search aging, and it'll bring up all of those sessions. All right. So now Shantae is going to talk about the chat function in the platform. Thanks, Shantae.
Thank you, Tara. So this year we have the chat format. I know last year, if you attended the summit, you knew that we had chat. So this is very popular. You can go on here and network and find your colleagues. If you're looking for any MAC employees, you can find them all under this chat function. So as you see where the red is signed at, you click on there. Can you go to the next one, please? You click on the chat font, and it brings you to this screen right here. As you can see, I'm right there. So I'll be available during the entire time if you want to speak with me. But however, if you're looking for an MAC staff, if you're looking for a colleague, if you're looking for anything, you could click on this in this section. You could click on a person name, and then at the bottom, you see where the arrow is. You can go ahead and just write to that person. Also, the new technology, you could click on the on one of the red tabs and click on it, and you could video chat. So that's super new and it's super cool if you want to reach out to someone. So just come in here. We'll be here. We'll be available, and all the MX staff is here. So definitely stop in and say hi to us. Next one, please. Then we have the help desk. The help desk is available from 11 to 6. Next, you could also go back to the main form and hit help desk right here in the red again. Next, please. And then it'll take you to the chat function again. It's open from 11 to 6. So if you have any questions, any problems hearing, problems seeing, the whole workshop is not opening up on your screen, any problems that should arrive during this conference, please come over to technical support, send us a message, and we will get right back to you in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll have MAC staff there that can help you. We'll also have the platform staff, and they'll be able to help you as well. If it's an emergency, if it's something extremely emergency, please email us. That's probably be the best way to get a hold of us, like very quickly, if it's an emergency. Next one, please. Now we'll have Allison talk about our continuing education.
Thank you, Shantae. So I know that a lot of you come to our conferences to get continuing education units and credits to maintain your credentialing and your certifications. So I want to go through the steps to make sure that you are able to get those credits, because there is a process to it, and every organization doesn't accept the credits for our conference. So I just want to make sure you all get this. I'm going to go off screen so that everything is a little bit larger for you all. So as you see in this screen right here, we're in the help desk room, and you see there's a large green screen with CEUs on it. You can click there and it'll take you to our website where additional information about the CEU process, how many CEUs we offer, and the links to get to the CEU credentialing and application pages are. So I just want you to know that you can click on that link and it'll link you to our USCHA.life website. Next slide, please. So we're happy to announce that this year we are able to offer credits for the National Commission for Health Education credentialing, and we're able to offer up to 21 community health education specialist credits. Also, we're able to offer general CEUs from George Mason University. We'll be offering up to 11.3 general CEUs. George Mason University charges a fee of $50 to receive those general CEUs. So please check with your credentialing organizations and ensure that they will accept those general CEUs towards your credentialing and towards your accreditations. So in order to ensure you get these CEUs, the process is just about the same. You are required to complete a session-specific evaluation form at the conclusion of the workshop you attend. The evaluation is actually linked in the top menu bar, and you'll see this on the next page. Next slide, please. Surveys are in the top header bar, right beside help desk. You see where the yellow arrow points down to surveys. When you click on surveys, there's a drop-down menu that says session specific, and in parentheses, it'll say for CEUs. Now, we welcome everybody to complete the session-specific evaluations. Let our presenters know how they're doing and what you found interesting. Please fill out session-specific surveys for all the workshops. However, if you are interested in getting CEUs, there's an extra step we'll need you to take once you click on the session-specific survey. Next slide. So in that session-specific survey, the first thing you need to do is select the name and the title of the workshop that you attended so that you can get credit for that workshop. There'll be a drop down. There'll be all 100+ workshops listed in there. You select the title that you attended. It's alphabetically listed, so select the title that you attended, and then you complete questions 2 through 9 about the workshop. When you get to question 10, are you applying for CEUs? You want to select yes. If you are not applying for CEUs, you can select no and submit, and you're done with the session-specific survey process. But if you are applying for CEUs, you want to select yes and then click next. On questions 11 and 12, you will be asked to enter your name and your email address. If you're applying for CHES credits, they will also ask for your in-check number. Your in-check number, because I have to submit those with a report after USCHA. So please make sure you put your provider number in there. And once you enter your name, your email, and provider number, you can then click submit. All this information is located on our website, uscha.life/CEUs. Next slide, please. The additional step for George Mason University is that there is a link on our uscha.life/CEUs site that gives you access to their system. Through their system, you will apply for the credits, you will submit your $50, and they will in turn send you a certificate for the amount of credits that we report you completed. That was a lot. That was a big statement. So I report to them how many credits you completed based on the session-specific surveys you complete. I tally up your credits and I let them know how many credits you earned. And then they will issue you a certificate for that specific number of credits. So it's very important that you attend the workshop and that you complete the surveys, okay? All right. Next slide, please. Okay, great. So now we're into the fun stuff. So we always try to find ways to keep everyone engaged and interested, because we know over the course of those 2 days, you're gonna just kind of need a mind break, right? Like you're gonna need something to just kind of keep you moving, keep things interesting and whatever through the site. So we have created some interesting things for you to do. And you can find them under fun stuff, which is circled in red on the menu bar at the top. So when you click in there, you'll see some interesting things. So next slide, please. So the main thing we want to tell you about is that there's a leaderboard. So you will be able to accumulate points from all across the platform, from all the things that you do. And the top 10 people who accumulate points will be entered into a USCHA raffle. And the prizes that you can win in this raffle are, our first place prize is a 2022 USCHA package to our conference in Puerto Rico next year. That includes registration to the conference, 4 nights at our conference hotel, airfare, and a voucher, a $100 voucher. That is a pretty impressive first place prize. Second place prize is a Roomba, because who doesn't love cleaning Roombas and having them, you know, clean the house and vacuum up after your day, right? So those are kind of fun. And then third place, we have the virtual reality Oculus game system. The Oculus game system is more than just, you know, point and shoot, click, kind of like games that you might typically see. They have all kinds of applications in there, from being able to immerse yourself into an underwater world to being able to sail across a city in a hot air balloon. There are lots of really engaging things. They have yoga classes, everything. It's a really great interactive headset, and I hope that you all are interested because it is a really great prize. So just to give you some tips on how to earn these points, the biggest way you can earn points is to interact throughout the site. You have to visit our sponsors, you have to visit our booths, you have to visit all of our workshops, you have to complete your session-specific surveys, engage in the conference. The more you engage, the more points you get. So another good way to earn some points is to participate in a scavenger hunt. So we will have the Puerto Rican flag located in 10 places around the platform. So keep your eyes open. When you see it, click on it, and you'll get some points. And then you will start climbing up the leaderboard. Another way to earn some points is in the photo booth. So in the photo booth, we have opportunities for you to like select frames, and you can take different pictures of yourself. You can hashtag it to 2021 USCHA. You can put fun stickers on it and everything, and just kind of enjoy yourself and take some cool pictures with USCHA and show them how much fun that our virtual conference is. Then the third big way to kind of earn points is, like I said before, is visit our booths, visit our sponsors, visit our exhibitors, and support them. You know, they'll absolutely help you gain some points there. So those are my top three tips to earn points. However, there are a lot of different ways to earn points as well. That is all located under our Fun Stuff tab on the platform. So make sure you check that out. And in that Fun Stuff tab, you'll also see the leaderboard, so you can kind of gauge where you are and figure out if you need to start visiting some more exhibitors, if you need to start talking to more people, if you need to start visiting and going to all those workshops and plenaries and things. So keep track of it there. Next slide. Yes, so great. So this is the kind of like stuff that you can do in the photo booth. This is a sample picture that I did just to kind of show you guys. You can do all kinds of pictures, but this is me doing my cute little boomerang. So I hope you all enjoy that. And yeah, definitely post it in our hashtag 2021 USCHA. Next slide. All right, I'm handing back over to Shantae now.
Thank you, Allison. So now we'll talk about the USCHA lounges. We listened to you guys last year, how you love the lounges, how you were able to network with your peers. This is absolutely the same. I'm super, super ecstatic about the lounges this year. So we have people living with HIV. We have a trans lounge. We have a 50+ lounge. We have a youth lounge. And this year we were able to have an Elevate lounge. And this is our new MAC programming that we have via HRSA. It's super, super, super dope stuff going on this year. Let me just tell you a little bit about the lounges. They're open from 12 to 5. The only lounge that's open on Thursday, the only lounge that's not open on Friday is the youth lounge. So youth, if you're out there, it's a lovely program set up for you on Thursday only. Come and join. You don't want to miss it. We will send out notifications throughout the whole time of the conference. However, just like everything else, you can go back to the main page and you could click on lounge and it will bring you to this screen right here. You could click on any of these lounges only between 12 and 5. You could click on these lounges at any time. You could drop in. You don't have to do any talking. You don't have to worry about doing a lot of work. We set it up for it to be fun. We set it up for it to be laid back. But we also set it up as community oriented. So we want everyone just to stop past and enjoy yourself. Next page, please. So the lounges are open from 12 to 5 on December the 2nd and December the 3rd. They will be open from 12 to 5. So stop in at any given time. Next page, please. And so I just want to go over a little bit of the activities that's happening this year. We have art therapy. We have some self-care techniques. As you know, it's been a crazy year. And so just coming into December, we need the self-care stuff. So this is just so perfect. It's the right timing, and it's right after the holidays. We have some community network sessions going on. And for the youth, on Thursday, we have resume building. So bring your resume with you. We'll have someone there talking about resumes, and I think it's going to be a super plus. We also have some advocacy and policy training. Social media 101. You know, we're out there. That's our thing, social media. Social media is life now. And so we'll have someone discussing social media. That's the first steps of how to get into it. And if you're wondering how to hashtag and, you know, hashtag USCHA 2021, we got you. Step on in there. We'll tell you about the social media thing. And then towards the end of the day, we have to have a happy hour. And our happy hour is just that. People being happy, people networking, people coming together. But we also want to see your dance moves. So you got a little dance move. We'll have a DJ there in the lounges. And again, it's Thursday and Friday from 12 to 5. So please join me in the lounges. If you don't see me at the chat box, just know I'm in the lounge. I'll be back and forth. So I think this is it, Chip. We will now open it up for Q&A. If you have any questions, and I'll ask my colleagues to join me back on screen. If you have any questions, now is the time. We are here. We're ready for you. Any questions, Chip?
Awesome. Thanks, Shantae. Before we get into the questions, I want to just let everyone know that just as a housekeeping note, so everywhere we have the times listed, they are for Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Saving Time. I forget which one it was, but it's Eastern Time. Also, the platform is going to be open for 3 months after the conference ends, so it'll be open till early March. So, you know, one of the good things about having virtual conferences is that, you know, you're allowed to, you're able to go to those workshops that you weren't able to attend during the actual conference days. So after the conference days, you're able to log back into the platform and have access to the different workshops. So, all right, let's open it up to questions.
Hi, everyone. We have a couple of questions already. Let me scroll back to them. One person was asking about the difference between institutes and workshops and how you access institutes on the platform.
Great question. Thank you. So institutes are in-depth sessions where we have our program partners and some special interest CAPs providing content. And those are 1.5 hours in length, just to give some more time for them to really get in depth in their content. Workshops are an hour in length. So that's the main difference between the two. The access to institutes is actually going to be under breakouts and in the workshop room. In the workshop room, you'll see there'll be 2 tabs. One will say workshops, one will say institutes. When you click on the institutes tab, everything that's under institutes or programmed as an institute will be listed there.
Okay, we have a question about CEUs. Is this the same process for CE credits?
Yes.
I just want to clarify. So we're approved for general CEU credits, you know, through George Mason, as well as one provider. and that's for CHES providers. You're in check.
I think I have a question here on the gamification. If the platform is open for 3 months after, will you still earn points, or does it end the last day of the conference?
It ends the last day of the conference. So the gamification begins on December 2nd at noon and ends December 3rd at 7 p.m. After that time, we'll take all those people who are in the game in the top 10, and those people will be entered in the raffle.
Okay, we have this question several times. I can go and answer it, asking if the information presented in this webinar will be available to participants. Yes, it's being recorded. It will be posted on the USCHA website tomorrow on the agenda page. And you'll receive a link to that in your follow-up email. Someone is asking to repeat the information about the Escalate and Elevate Lounge.
Sure. So MAC has a new Escalate and Elevate program. We will be showcasing it in our lounges. We have a full agenda set up for both days, so you can join either lounge. Escalate, one day will be Escalate, the second day will be Elevate, and you can join the lounges at any time between 12 and 5 to hear what's going on with these programs.
Okay, next question. What time does the conference start and end each day?
The conference starts officially at 12 noon each day, and it ends at the end of the closing plenary. So the closing plenary ends at 6:45. However, there are some pre-conference events as well as a special session. So for the first day, actually for the day 1 and 2, the Balm and Gilead will be doing a morning worship session, and that actually starts at 10. So the platform will be open at 10 for people who would like to attend that session. Also on the second day, Prevention Access Campaign will have a pre-conference session. That's before the conference day starts, but that's also accessible through the platform. So you, again, the platform will be open at 10, but it's a pre-conference session and you can access it then. I also just want to go over the rest of the special events then. So for the first day, at the end of the day, at the closing plenary, we'll also be having a special screening and a panel presentation of the documentarians behind Fauci's documentary. They will show some clips, as well as they'll have a panel of the people who were involved in the production of the documentary, as well as those who were actually in there. In the documentary, so it'll be a great discussion. Please come. That starts at 7 p.m. on December 2nd. And it'll also be basically what they're going to do at the end of the session. They're going to provide a special link so that you can view the documentary free. So definitely check it out. And yeah, I believe that's all the event. So we have the morning sessions. On the second day, we have a Prevention Access Campaign's pre-conference session, as well as Fauci's documentary panel presentation on the first day.
Okay. Next question is from someone who's looking into the future. Will the conference in 2022 be in person in Puerto Rico, and what's the scholarship information?
Well, you know, we're looking into that crystal ball. And we say, yes, it's going to be in person. It's October 8th through the 11th. And we'll be basically the 2022 USCHA will launch at the beginning of February. So then you'll have all the information on registration, scholarship application, and abstract information, as well as exhibits and sponsor information. So stay tuned and look for the website to debut at the beginning of February.
Question on CEUs. $50 is the fee for CE or for CHES?
It's for the general CEUs from George Mason University.
Okay. Next question. Will additional information be sent to exhibitors?
Yes,
That's a bit general, but
Yeah, I believe that Joy Howard, who's actually working with our team for exhibitors, she's going to be sending out a video today to help give you some more information on how to engage directly from your booth with your entities. So look for that email today. I just viewed the video that she put together.
I have a question if the platform is available on a phone app, if they can access the platform through a phone app.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily an app, it's just the link. So it's web-based, it's not an application that you have to download, it's just the link.
And just so you know, we don't, normally when we have an in-person meeting, we'll have a conference mobile app. We don't have a conference app this year. So just like Allison said, it's the website.
Oh, and also we will have the program book available for you all next week
Yes.
to look at as well if you want to see that. Question on gamification. So you earn points by going to sessions. How would they know you actually went and stayed? Is there a sign-in, and how is it calculated for booths and sponsors?
So we assign points for all these different actions and activities in the platform. We will have a list of what different activities, not all of them, but certain activities we will give you the point system for some of those activities. We assign those, and the platform can track where you go and what you click on. So they know what you click on.
Okay. The question, I'm not sure, maybe we need to follow, where do I enter my information to start? If you can, whoever asked that question, if you can follow up a little more detail on that.
Chip, can you repeat that?
Yeah, it's where do I enter my information to start?
Are you asking about the platform? How to log into the platform?
Yeah, like we just need a little more clarification on that particular question.
Sure.
While they're responding, we can go on to a couple more. Can you repeat what was said about the 7 p.m. documentary? Which day is it?
Yes, it's on the first day. That's on Thursday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. And you'll be able to access that through the platform.
If you were awarded a scholarship this year, can you apply for a scholarship in 2022?
Yes. Chip, do you want? Let's go back over the login process. So just so I'm not sure if we covered it that clearly. So if you're registered for the conference, you're going to receive your email with your platform, how to access the platform, those instructions. You'll get those emails are going out on 2 days next week, on Monday and Wednesday. And Shantae can tell you what email to look for.
Yes, so it should come from MAC conference team and then info@vfairs. And we'll have 2 different ones. So if you don't receive the first one, no worries, you receive the second one.
Okay. And if it doesn't say MAC conferences team, it'll say USCHA.
Yes. And one thing that's very important, you must use the email that you registered with. So if you must use the same email. So if you decide later on you didn't want to use that email that you used, you cannot do that. It has to be the email that you registered with.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yep. We still have several questions. How do we access vendor booths virtually?
How do you access the booths in the exhibit hall? Okay, so once you're in the platform, there is that blue navigation bar at the top of the lobby, and you'll click on exhibits. And once you click on exhibits, you'll see the exhibit hall, and all you have to do is click on that individual booth, and then there'll be a separate screen that opens up just for that booth, and you'll see all the different ways to engage with that different exhibitor.
Okay. If we're accessing the platform from our phone, do we still need to use Chrome as a browser?
Yes.
Preferred, yes.
that was the last question we have so far. So if anyone has any more questions, please enter them in the chat box.
Awesome. And just to let you know that there'll be, lots of activity. For those of you who attended our digital conferences before, we post lots of messages in our chats. There'll be push notifications advertising certain sessions and things like that. So definitely look out for that. We communicate with you throughout the entire conference experience.
And Allison, can you just elaborate a little bit on the poster session?
Oh, yeah.
So we didn't get to cover that previously. Thank you, Shantae. So we are able to offer poster presentations this year. So we added those back in. We know a lot of people like to get that content. So we now have a poster session room. It's accessible through the blue navigation bar at the top of your screen when you log into the platform. When you click on the poster sessions, you'll go into the poster room, and it's similar to the exhibit hall. It's a scrollable screen. You'll see an arrow to click to the sides, and you'll be able to see all the posters. You'll have the titles there. You'll have a small image of it, but when you click on it, it'll enlarge, and you'll be able to read the information there. You'll be able to zoom in on the information, and if you'd like, you can also download it and save it into your virtual bag. And keep it for your own information, take it. I think it's something that's really, really special about having a virtual platform, because typically you don't get to take that information with you, but in the virtual space, you are able to take all that data. And then just to reiterate that the virtual bag is your conference bag, and it allows you to keep content from the presentation. So you can keep content from the individual workshops. A lot of them have PowerPoints and handouts attached to their workshops. So if you want that content, download it to your virtual bag. Similar with the posters, you can download that to your virtual bag. Exhibitors also have content that you can download to your virtual bag. So don't leave anything out there that you think you may want. You can put it all in your virtual bag, and the virtual bag will allow it to email. You can email it to yourself. So you save all that content in your email. It's very, very easy. So, I just implore all of you to kind of use that virtual bag as a resource to hold on to all the information that you're going to be given.
Awesome.
Thanks, Allison. And that was some great information. And just, like we said before, the conference platform is going to open at 10 a.m., but the conference doesn't actually start until noon. So take the time to log in early and kind of play around, see where you want to go, test things out. As we just went over the posters, but we didn't show that. So, take your time to just go through the different tabs and see what's available. And if you need anything, just click on chat or in the help desk, and we'll show you where to access the different areas.
Thank you. And Tara, you just reminded me of something regarding the posters, is that there is a question and answer portion for the posters. You can submit questions at any time that you would like for the posters. There's a separate Q&A portion of everybody's individual poster where you can submit a question. There will be a specific time during the conference where the poster presenters are accessible live. They will be right there. So if you ask a question, they'll be able to respond instantly, and the times are located on the agenda for both days. So, if you want to talk to them about their content, if you look early and you kind of see a poster that you're really, really interested in and want to talk to that presenter, check the presenter access times so that you can log back in and ask questions and speak with them directly. Like Shantae said, we have a lot of new features. You can also, video them and chat with them if they, that they're open to that. So definitely use the resources that we have to get that information and really engage with their presenters.
And right now, if you want to check out the agenda to see when the poster times are, as well as to look at the workshop and institute listings, go to our website, uscha.life, to view all of that information so that you can plan your conference day. Chip, do we have any more questions?
Yes, we have a few. One that's come up repeatedly, and thank you, Tara. We've had several people ask about looking at the agenda, so it is on the website. Also, a couple of people asking about access to this webinar later. Just again, it is being recorded. It will be on the USCHA website tomorrow. on the agenda page. Let's see. Somebody's asking, how long do you have access to your virtual bag after the conference?
3 months.
Someone asking about scholarships for 2022. Is it still one person per agency?
Correct. Yes.
A lot of comments about how they're looking forward to the conference and they really like everything that's been planned out so far. No further questions at the moment.
Okay, we'll give it a few more. Yeah.
Yep. Can I download my virtual bag on my flash drive?
You should be able to. Yeah, they do offer some download functions from the virtual bag. So that would be up to you to connect it and download it instead of to your laptop, download it to your thumb drive.
We're looking forward to seeing you all next.
Do the gamification points start accruing at 10 a.m. or noon?
Noon. You can go in there and try to accrue a bunch of points. We're going to clear them out right before noon.
You're so nice.
Yeah. Somebody wants that USCHA 2022 package really badly.
You should. That's a nice package.
It is a nice package.
Puerto Rico is great. We also have a great host committee assembled who they're ready to showcase their programs and showcase and be wonderful hosts for us. So in person.
And no further questions right now.
All right, guys, so we'll let you go. But, you know, feel free to just send us, if you think of something, have another question, send us an email at conferences@nmac.org. That comes to all three of us. And we're looking forward to seeing you next week for USCHA. Have a great holiday.
Happy holiday.
Bye.